Many business leaders tend to think that, hey, I'm in the cloud. I'm on a cloud platform. I use one of many, M365. I use Google. I use Amazon. It doesn't matter which one. So I'm not picking on any particular one, but they're handling the security, right, Greg? I don't have to worry about it. So from what you're seeing in real organization, where does that assumption start to fall apart?
So I have a really good story about this from when I was doing pen testing. So I have a banking client, still a client to this day, but when I was doing red teaming, that was the first thing their CEO said to me. It's like, all of our important stuff is in Salesforce. They take care of all that. What do I have to worry about? So I knew as part of what we're going to do as our engagement is we're going to get into their Salesforce. And I actually got into their Salesforce from the CEO's computer. And I won't get into how I did that, but once you're in the organization, again, but all I have to do is assume the identity of the CEO, right? And I did that by compromising the CFO, and then he trusted the CFO. So then I got in, and I downloaded all their Salesforce data, right? So I had it all. I'm like, oh, here you go. So this is why security is important.
How long did it take you?
I don't want to, less than an hour.
It's important because it happens fast.
That's just it. I mean, so, once you're given access to certain machines of certain privilege, you want to act fast, right? But you want to keep it under the radar. Again, most of that stuff happens at night when they weren't there. So it didn't matter. They had no idea. They weren't, they didn't have the capabilities to watch, right? Which is the things that we sell. But that's just that assumption that just because I put my data in the cloud, just because I'm using Microsoft 365 and maybe you have the best license available, you're all full E5 and you got everything there, everything's in the cloud, I have nothing on premise, it doesn't change the paradigm. It doesn't change what you need to do from a defensive standpoint to harden your company. It's just a different hurdle. It's not, adversaries understand where things go, and they understand that, hey, maybe I'm not solely just targeting endpoints now because endpoints are the most monitored piece of infrastructure in modern IT. Maybe I need to start going after identity now. And so if I can hijack someone's tokens or their session, now I can start doing a lot of damage, right? I can get in, I'm impersonating this guy, it makes it tough to detect, right? Because I'm impersonating a good, legitimate user. And now the world is my oyster. I can sit and just pull things off. And as long as I do it in a normal fashion, it's difficult to detect. So it's just this false thing is that it's always going to come down to the human. So that social engineering piece, just because you move to the cloud doesn't remove the fact that your users are going to be social engineered at some point. They may give up access to a device that then gives them the keys to the kingdom. And that's why it's this false sense of security that I'm in the cloud, they take care of everything. It's really not. And what exacerbates that is people think that default cloud configurations are secure, that they don't have to go in and audit what those settings are, or look at their access list, or look at how people are authenticating and what methods of authentication to use. And all those things you do is good IT hygiene. They just think it's just done for them. That's not the case. Most of the time, defaults, and I say almost all the time, default settings in those cloud environments are inherently insecure, right? Because when you insecure them, what does it do? It makes it a little bit harder to get things done. And so people, I don't need that headache from an IT perspective. We'll just let it go and people can work. Well, and now we're back at the same thing when we use plain text authentication on networks.